TKO Boxing with Sherry Abbasi. We're in Bolton today, and I'm joined by super lightweight contender Khaleel Majid. Almost 2 months after your last fight at the Co-op Live. Fight of the night, in a lot of people's opinion, Khaleel. First of all, thank you for giving me a bit of your time today. How you been keeping since the fight?
Yeah, I'm all well, thank you, and yourself. And thank you for coming to Bolton as well.
No worries, man. Thank you for having me, bro. I'm good, thank you. Like I said, I think the best place to start, bro, is fight night. Obviously, it's almost 2 months, which has gone pretty quickly, to be fair. It does feel like yesterday when I saw you. Like 7 weeks almost.
Yeah.
It was April 5th, wasn't it? So
April 5th, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much 2 months ago. Talk to me a bit about the fight day itself, and then we'll get into the fight.
Yeah, so April 5th, obviously, looking at it now, it's the 26th. It's gone quick, hasn't it? But yeah, no, it was a good fight. Listen, credit to my opponent. He came out, he put an exciting fight on. It was a fan-friendly fight, and I believe it was the fight of the night. And now push on my career now to get where I need to.
And I think it was actually the first card that Queensberry did on Dazn for you. So for you to be the first ever fight on Dazn with the new contract with Queensberry, that's a sort of a thing in itself. And like you said, you had to do a lot of work for this fight, inside and outside the ring, and you've received a lot of credit afterwards. How has the feedback been?
Honestly, the feedback's been amazing. I mean, some people have not seen me, fight previously have now started following me. They want to get involved in the journey. I've had a lot of people already messaging me saying, when's your next fight? We want to come support you and stuff. So I'm, grateful for that. But listen, it's good to be part of history. Opening the first live Dazn slot card on Queensberry promotion. So big thanks to Frank, George, and Queensberry for the opportunity.
Like we said, Alex Murphy and yourself, you'd from, not necessarily the same area, but close enough.
Yeah.
You've always been around each other, but you never sparred before. And then obviously fight night, he bought a hell of a lot of fans. You bought the most fans out of everyone on the card in terms of ticket sales. Yeah. So the atmosphere for an opening fight was already crazy. People were out of the seats cheering, singing along. So you gave everyone a great show. Talk to me about how the fight actually played out in the ring from a boxing perspective. Did it go the way you thought, or did you have to sort of adjust on the fly?
I mean, truth be told, we had to adjust in the fight. But look, we understood. Look, it was like his world title fight, his World Cup final, which I understand. I mean, look, I've been on the big stage before, and it was his first time on the big stage. Sorry, so he wanted a chance to prove himself. But look, he put on a great fight. Thanks to God, I got the victory, and now I move on. But look, at the end of the day, everyone was happy. The fans, the support, everyone was happy, and that's the main thing.
Yeah, and like I said, we were obviously there, we were ringside. The feedback we were getting from it, everyone was buzzing. So we started off the card with a bang, and that's what we want to see. For a main event as good as the Joyce Hergovich fight was, which was they were just like landing bombs non-stop the whole way through.
Heavyweights,
Exactly. So for you guys to be getting the feedback you did as well, that was massive. So credit to you and Alex on putting on a great show. Let's talk a bit about what the future holds for you, Khaleel. What obviously we've spoken about the feedback from the fight. Yeah. What sort of next moves for you do you think, and when do you reckon we can potentially get an announcement out?
I mean, the announcement should be coming pretty much anytime soon, I believe. I've got some exciting news, but look, I've had this fight now. It's put me in good stead, put me in a good position, and just ready to move forward now. God willing, this year I'll pick up my first title, I believe, and just keep moving forward.
There was obviously the post that I saw on your page, which this was something that happened after the fight, so me and you haven't spoken since. The hospice, when you made the donation to them.
All right, yeah.
Talk to me a bit about how that all came about and what made you actually go through with it.
I mean, last year I was inactive, and obviously a lot of family problems going on, and my mum wasn't well. But look, I went to Christie's. Actually, you know what? Sorry, Christie's looked after my mum. And when my mum recovered and stuff, I went down to Christie's and I said, look, I'd like to, give a donation or something. And there was actually the fighters all supporting, so so it was good for me to go back and give back, and hopefully something I can keep doing moving forward.
You get a lot of people making promises or saying things and then not necessarily following through. How important was it for you to make sure that you did follow through on your word, what you said to Christie's?
I believe my word's my bond in everything. If I say I'm going to do something in anything, I'll always do it, no matter what.
In terms of, obviously, like we said, there's a lot of inactivity, you had some family issues going on. Alhamdulillah, praise be to God, your mum's made a full recovery from the illness and she's doing well now. How has that helped you to be able to now shift focus back onto your career?
I mean, to be fair with you, I feel like it's helped. If selfishly speaking, it's helped. Like, more focused. I mean, I have goals in place now which I want to achieve. I mean, there's a bit of a wake-up call, to be honest with you, because sometimes you you get so lost in being selfish. You know, in boxing, you have to be selfish, and it just opened my eyes up to what really matters. But look, my career is important to me, and now it's time for me to push on and achieve what I and my family believe I can fully achieve.
You know, obviously, your family is important to everyone, regardless of what your background is. But I think, in particular, from our background, South Asian background, our family the unit is a bit different to maybe the Western unit. The families we're quite tight knit.
Right.
And it's very important. So obviously, for you to say that focus was now shifted to your career now, it's definitely helped you having your mum being in better health.
Yeah, of
and
course.
being able to focus on that now and really crack on. And like we said, positive feedback on the fight. The focus has now shifted, and now hopefully an announcement coming as well. So everything's moving in the right direction.
I'm sure I've seen you ringside jumping up and down.
Can't confirm. But yeah, now obviously look, we always said that we were going to come out to support.
I appreciate it.
We had to, and like I said, you put on a great show once again. So hats off to both of you. Obviously, waiting on an announcement for the next step. Momentum is key. I think me and you, when we spoke in our last interview, we said it's about getting that momentum going.
Yeah.
How important do you think it is now that you really do actually get that momentum? Because that's what it's going to take for you to reach the goals you have set.
Yeah, of course. Look, I've had 2 fights this year already, which is good, and I believe things go to plan. I'll have another 2 more. And if I get 4 fights in this year, good positive start for myself.
Definitely. Talk to me about the partnership with Buddy and how much that's maybe sort of brought you up levels as a boxer. What have you learned from him maybe?
Buddy's a legend. I mean, look, I'm a big name. Not just a big name, but his boxing knowledge is second to none. But most importantly, I mean, take away the boxing knowledge, he protects his fighters, which to me was more important to me than anything. I mean, I see how he treats Dillian, Callum, Kovalev, and it's a privilege just myself to be amongst them names, who he trains. He cares for all these fighters, which something you can't buy or something you can't teach. And just his knowledge to get me where I am now, it's played a massive factor.
Like you said about, it's not just the boxing side of it.
Yeah.
He's a solid guy, and I think that's also important. We were talking to Abdul Khan earlier.
Yeah.
We were talking about his relationship with Alex from young. Yes, he went away and learned a few other things at another gym, but he came back and he said he thinks it's quite important to have a solid foundation and a solid trust with your coach, and how important that can be when things potentially get sticky in the ring. You have that one voice that guides you through it. What would you say you've learned from Buddy since you've been working with him? What's maybe the biggest thing you've taken from it?
Listening. I mean, I like going 100 miles per hour per everything, but you can't do that, as he says. But when he speaks, I listen, definitely. But look, anything he says, I do. Whatever he wants me, instructions-wise, I follow it to a T. And overall, just try to become a better fighter, and it's a privilege having him.
Yeah, because I remember when I saw that you were with him, I was surprised, not in a rude way to yourself, just in general, because he's got quite a few other fighters that he works with. Also, it's interesting to see when these coaches that have big names, how they juggle all the different personalities of fighters. So I was just intrigued by that. But yeah, I mean, the partnership, how long have you been working with him now?
Just over 2 years.
It's quite a while then.
Yeah. So when I signed with Matchroom in 2023, that's when I went to him. Yeah.
And the partnership is going strong, alhamdulillah, so long may it continue. In terms of your sort of career prior to the Alex Murphy fight, obviously a bit of inactivity, we already touched on that.
Yeah.
What would you say was your best performance prior to the Alex Murphy one? Because I do think that one's giving you a lot of, not clout, probably the wrong word, but a lot of attention to the platform, and also the performance that was put on by both men.
I mean, my biggest performance, I'd say for me personally, was Tom Farrell. Look,
yes.
Because I remember when I first turned professional. Sorry, not even when I was still amateur. I was watching Tom Farrell. He was fighting for titles and stuff, and he was on the big Eddie Hearn card shows, Matchroom show. Sorry, back then. And so when it come round to fighting, it was a bit surreal, if that makes sense. Because look, you're fighting someone that you used to watch yourself, and to get the win, and the way I did, and the fashion I did it, was great. Because I remember I was quite a bit of an underdog in that fight. It was it's too soon and stuff like that. But alhamdulillah, I got the win. And then obviously it's a shame the inactivity would kill me after that. But look, we're here now. And I can't complain.
Talk to me a bit about the ticket side of things. For example, on the last fight, I think you did over 1,200 tickets, which is the most on the card. So you had a massive, load of support on the night. Yeah. People showed out and they were vocal. They weren't sitting on their hands. They were, shouting instructions from way back. We heard them all. People were, very involved. How would you say you built this fan base and this support system in the Manchester area, for example?
I mean, I don't really call them fans because look, they're my supporters. I mean, they put me in the position which I'm in today. If I didn't have them, I won't be getting the privilege of boxing on, the amazing Queensberry show I've just been on. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I mean, like I said, I've nothing special. I've just started from grassroots. I was on no big shows from the start. I was on the small hall shows selling tickets to fight. I remember it was only not long ago that I was 2 hours before the fight. I'm actually selling tickets for you, so you can make a wage for yourself. So it's helped me. I think it's character building, and I'm glad that my career's kind of gone that way, because you learn more about yourself and more about how can I put it into words. You learn. I'm gonna say you learn more about the journey and more about the boxing side. So just having their support means a lot, because look, everyone's having hard times, financially and stuff, and when they're spending their hard-earned money to come watch me fight, it's a privilege. So a big thank you to them.
Yeah, listen, I'm sure everyone appreciates that. And like we said, they wouldn't spend their hard-earned money in this economy if they didn't believe in you and want to support you. So I think it's credit to you, to your dad, to your team for essentially carrying yourself the way you do.
Thank you.
I've not heard anyone say a bad word about you.
Thank you.
I mean, and boxing's a game full of scumbags without mentioning. So when you get fighters who have everyone saying good things about them, then that's a positive sign. And I think it's good to see like a role model, especially from our background, someone who carries himself respectfully.
Thank you, bro.
Even someone like Hamza Shears who's carried himself,
absolutely.
Well. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see, the stereotype what we see about people like that. That's not.
It's like Sherry. It's like Sherry, the stereotype.
Yeah. You don't want the people with the points on the license like me. You want to have people who are solid, upstanding citizens and encouraging the next generation essentially.
I think that's what it's about, though. Definitely inspiring the next generation. Because look, after we're done, then it's always the next lot. But now look, just in the sport, there's so many South Asians boxing, which is great. I mean, look, Amir Khan has paved the way, which he has, and hopefully we can, push on from that, follow his footsteps and push on.
One question I've been asking everyone, I asked them yesterday, I've asked Abdul today as well. Did you catch the card on the weekend?
Josh Taylor one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't want to talk about Josh Taylor.
Yeah, okay.
There's one guy I want to talk about and get your opinion on. You probably know who I'm going to say.
What?
Moses Itama.
Beast, isn't he? It's a beast. I mean, look, from what we've seen, he's ticking all the right boxes. I mean, they say he's the next, world champion. He certainly looks like it, but look, best of luck to him, and hope he does well.
In terms of obviously styles, the way he boxes, I think he weighs in at 254 pounds or something.
Right.
But he doesn't fight like someone he's got quick feet, man. The man's rapid.
Yeah, doesn't seem really heavy neither. No, he's got fast twitch muscles. But look, he's proving everyone right. He's doing, he's ticking all the boxes, doing all the right things. So I can't see why he can't become a world champion.
Yeah, and obviously someone like that now, when someone performs that well at a young age, Jim Storage, we've heard about him, at 15 going and taking his place.
Lawrence Okoli, I heard it.
Allegedly beating up Daniel Dubois. That's never actually been confirmed by anyone, but there's always been a lot of rumours about. So that's why I say allegedly on camera. These sort of rumours about a kid who's 15, who just turned 20 in December.
Yeah.
What is the limit for this guy?
I mean, the sky's the limit, of course. Look, he's a heavyweight. The money's in the heavyweight division. Everything's in the heavyweight division, so he's got the golden ticket so far.
Yeah, and I think, again, the previous cycle was still in the game. Don't know how long he got there. Someone like Anthony Joshua, who had, literally just went rocketed to the top as soon as he won the gold. After that, everything was full steam ahead.
Yeah.
All the biggest sponsorships, big stadium fights that we've never really seen in the country, regularly happening, 2-3 a year. Tyson Fury as well, adding to that. How important is it, you think, that we have a presence in the heavyweight division, but not just presence, potentially the guy who can run it for the next 10 years?
I mean, look, after Tyson, AJ, Dillian, after they're done, this is the even Daniel Dubois.
Yeah.
This is the new crop, so he's got a long, and plus he's only young as well, so he's got a load of time on his side, so best of luck to him.
And normally there's usually a strong presence in the American side of things, but there doesn't seem to be anyone coming through at the moment. But sometimes they surprise us, but right now there's not anyone.
The heavyweights right now in the UK, aren't they?
That's what I'm saying. So
it's all in the UK.
Frank's got a little boxer, I've got everyone signed up. Fabio Wardley, a lot of big fighters. Also, I wanted to get your opinion as a boxer just on the whole Eubank Ben fight week and the fight itself.
I watched the fight. Listen, I was a fan of the fight. Amazing, fan-friendly style. Just non-stop action. Eubank won, and I think it'll make for an exciting rematch.
Do you think it's wise for Eubank to take the rematch, considering he was in hospital 2 days afterwards, and the whole rehydration clause and everything, considering he's 36 this year?
I mean, we don't know what the next contract is on the rematch. I mean, I'm being told it's not certain rehydration clauses. I don't know. But if the rematch happens, I mean, look, we'll watch it again. You'll watch it again, and that's what it's about at the end of the day, getting the general public interested. And
obviously, I think the whole point of that fight was, creating moments that last forever in boxing, and British boxing in particular.
Yeah.
It adds more to the family legacies with the names and everything, the dads. What was your initial reaction when Chris Eubank Sr. stepped out of the car?
You know what? When he came out the car, I was like, I think it was like what's the word? People say that WWE when you get so involved in it. And listen, Chris Eubanks Senior, he's a legend. He knows how to kind of play the game. He's a character.
Even my mum, she loves him. She thinks he's a joker, the way he behaves in that. She's watching from young. She was gassed.
Yeah.
So when you get people like that involved, like the casual market, people that don't necessarily follow the sport, but you get them emotionally involved. That's what it's about.
It's like this fight. It wasn't really just a boxing purist. Everyone was watching it, and that's what it's about.
And normally, America hate on the UK, but even the American fighters, David Benavidez,
watching it. Yeah, everyone's watching it.
Tweeting that was wicked. It literally engrossed the whole world. So big win for British boxing and boxing
Absolutely.
as a whole. The last thing I want to ask you, Khaleel, this is more of a question maybe about you as a person, not necessarily as a boxer. What is a quote that you've read or heard in your life that stuck with you?
If you're willing to walk away, be prepared to walk away.
Explain what that means.
So if you walk away for something, be prepared to walk away and not come back. That's from anything.
That's deep. I was expecting that. I wasn't sure because I've not heard that before, but
different.
It's thought-provoking. Khaleel, first of all, lastly, thank you so much for giving me a bit of your time once again. I always appreciate speaking to you.
Thank you, bro.
Once again, just the fans, where can we find you on social media?
Instagram. I'm mostly active on Instagram and Twitter, Khaleel Majid. And thank you for following me.
Khaleel Majid, guys, and we'll be speaking to him very soon, for sure. Thank you.